Hustle. Look, let's put some money up, you can't make mine stop. I'm hot, nigga, like a pistol off the John block. Before you change lanes, you should check your blind spot. Cause I'll be right there waiting like a bike cop. With my non-cock, and I'm so hot. All a nigga really need is just one shot. To the dome, you be gone and it's no more. I could kill him going faster with the slow flow. However you want it, I got it in for the low. Come get it, I got it, you got it good, nigga, go. I hustle, I bang, I do it all for the dough. It's all for the dough.
What's going on, All for the Doe? All for the Doe show. The topic today is going to be haters. Why do people hate? What's the job of a hater? How do you know you're being hated on? What do you do when you're being hated on? I get back with y'all. Peace. Okay. How's it going, All for the Doe? This is the All for the Doe show. And in the car we have
Julie.
We have Julie. And today we're talking about haters. Why do people hate? Why do we have haters? What is haters' jobs? What do they supposed to do? So Julie, what is a hater?
I'm too familiar with this topic too.
Okay, well run it down for us. Let us know what you got there.
Anytime, to me it's like, I'm so familiar with this actually. I've basically, you know, it can be anyone from family to me it's like if someone that is just basically jealous or envious and they don't know how to, you know, be happy for, you know, that they constantly, I mean, I'm so up this, I have so up this alley for me. So.
Yeah.
But I definitely, you know, people that are jealous, envious, and you have to keep a lot of people away because it seems like most of the world's that way these days. I'm, you know, 43 years old and I have my boys and I, and it's basically, it seems like more of the world is about that. It's not, you know, wanting you to thrive, or, you know, it could be a family members or just basically anybody that doesn't want to be supportive or, you know.
Yeah. So, you know, because to me, basically, I call haters, I call them unachievers.
Oh, okay.
So
That's perfect.
Because you're mad at something I have and you don't want to strive to get that. So I feel you're an underachiever because you don't want to achieve the goals that I did to get to what I have.
That's perfect. I mean, you know what?
So you have haters. So does it go by how many haters you have to let you know how well you're doing in life?
That's a good point. I've never thought about that. You know what? It's sad that it's that way because it shouldn't be that way. But you know, the way the world is, and when you look at things like, you know, plugged into the source of the world's way or view, and not the right way, or you know, or you're supposed to be, you know, the Lord or you know, the guy. But they, you know, it's when you're walking by the way of the world, that definitely seems like you know, that would be, if you're looking at it that way. So
haters are mad at you because you have something and you doing something that they want, or do they feel that you're flashing your stuff too much?
I think it's, you know what? No, I think it's strictly that they're just underachievers, like you said, to my definition, you know, because anybody can, you know, achieve and just have, like, you know, for example, like, you know, anybody, friends, family, you know, like if you know, are blessed or have something, it doesn't have to be showy. I'm not very showy at all on these things, but like, you know, you just, you know, it can be simple. Yeah, seems like more and more people these days are like that.
Gotcha. So Julie, we at your destination. Is it anybody you want to say hi, bye to? Anything?
You know, well, maybe my boys.
Okay, so you want to tell them?
You know, I want to give a shout out. You know, I want a blessing. I want to, you know, just thank God for my blessings. Actually, there's my shout out. So,
okay.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Have a good day.
What's going on, All for the Doe, for All for the Doe show? I told y'all today we talking about haters. Right now I have my man Polo. He gonna tell y'all what a hater is, what haters do, what their job is.
Man, a hater is somebody who just, you know, they hate themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? They hate the things that you do. You ain't even gotta do nothing to a person, man. They just hate the way you stand, man. You know what I'm saying? They it's like they rob you or try to rob you from your greatness. You know what I'm saying? They want to go out there and put rumors and everything on your name, and you know, they try to bring you down, man. But it's just something within a person there, man. Especially if you a man of God, you know what I'm saying? That God got your back strongly and unconditionally. Can't nothing break or nothing go, you know, happen to you in no way, shape, or form, my brother. So they can hate all they want. Only thing they're gonna do is just, you know, run high breath.
So sometimes they say if you ain't got no haters, then it's something you ain't doing.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes, sir. If you ain't got no haters out here, man, you ain't doing something right, brother.
All right, well,
Yes,
all right. Okay.
Yep.
So a hater's job is to hate.
Just to hate. They don't want to
No.
see if they got some type of animosity or something against you, and you ain't never done that to them, brother. You know, it's just your greatness within you that they just hate about that, man.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
so you think instead of being a hater, say like if you making 100,000, instead of me hating on you, I should be like, well, let me ask ForThaDoe, hey man, how you getting 100,000? How can I come up?
Yeah. See, that's the way it's supposed to be. But see, you know, as us certain individual people, we can't seem to get that way, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? And so if you got 5 haters right now, if you ain't got 100 haters by the time the summertime hit, you ain't doing something right, brother.
Cat Williams told y'all that, so all y'all should be having haters. So man, we at your destination, man. You want to say something? Give a shout out to somebody?
Oh yeah, for sure. Shout out to my kids out there, man. And, you know, as far as the haters, shit, fuck y'all.
You got that big ass dog. What's going on, AllForThaDoe? This is AllForThaDoe show, and I'm here with
Steve, also known as Garvey.
There you go. And we, like I said, today's topic is haters. So let's see what Steve got to say about the haters.
Well, I think that, you know, just from biblical sense, it started with, you know, just choosing what God didn't intend for us. So all those different emotions and aspects of life, we were exposed to it because we was in the point where we had nothing but peace and harmony. So when you go against God, you gonna see the other side of the spectrum. So the other side of the spectrum was, once they ate that apple, they was exposed to all the sin in the world.
Okay.
And I think sometimes hate is a necessary component for a lot of things. It may sound crazy, it may sound trivial, but I think it's a necessary component for some people because it can really strive you to really choose yourself and go further. But I think the essence of hate is just a person that lacks what another person have, and that's God. You know, so I think that's where it all comes from, just a lack of love, a lack of peace, and a lack of, you know, a God within themselves.
So basically you saying hating began long time ago.
Yeah, definitely, because we can blame Eve as much as we want, but he was the man of the situation.
Yeah.
You know, so he chose that different lifestyle for himself.
Okay.
And doing that, she was able to introduce him to what the Satan was talking about, what the snake was talking about.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it all goes back to that one day.
So what is a hater job to do? I know that everybody say it's to hate, but I mean, is it their job to bring somebody down, just to talk about somebody behind their back, or what? What is their job?
It's so many different levels of hate because, you know, they got envy. You know, that's a form of hating when you hate on somebody.
Okay.
You got spite. You know, that's a form of hating. So it's so many different levels. But I think a hater, you know, in this today's society, if it's nothing really violent, it's that they get off on that. They get off on talking backbiting about somebody. So when they talking about that person, the person they hating on, if something go wrong in their life, then they the type of people like, yeah, I told you, or you know, are they that type of hate too? Like, well, hell, it should have happened a long time ago. Yeah.
It all depends on what you doing to get that type of hate.
Definitely. The more you're doing something that's so contradictory to what they're doing, that's when you're gonna see it. And a lot of times in my life, when I start seeing more hate, is when I was choosing to be different, when I was choosing a different path than somebody else. We would come up together, we all doing crime or whatever, and I'm like, you know what? Let me break away from that life and let me do this. And then it's like, your boys that you thought you was your dogs and all that, they hating on you. Just because you want more peace, just because you want something better for life, you know?
Yeah.
But like I said, it's a necessary component because they wasn't your dog from the begin with. They was, I say, one of them enablers. You was enabling them to hate. You was enabling them to do whatever. Now that you realizing it, you ain't messing with it, you know?
Yeah, that's true. So man, we almost to your destination. Anything you want to give anybody a shout out, a last word, say hi to anybody? You selling some CDs, DVDs, shirts, do-rags, crack, weed?
I don't really have any projects going right now, but check out for Boss Therapy. Podcast. My niece, she doing her thing. Jasmine Rain, she doing her thing.
So to look up that, what do they got to do to look that up?
Jasmine Rain, Boss Therapy. You can just look it up, Boss Therapy Podcast. It's gonna pop up. Also, we got a clothing line called Money Making Mindset. You can check that as well. They're gonna be linked in the bio as well. Just choose God, and I thank you. Thanking my brother for giving me the opportunity to say what I gotta say today on my way handling my business. It was really an opportunity. Like, certain things just happen for you, you didn't even realize. So I appreciate you, brother.
Oh, no problem, my man. Thank you for just giving me the time for you to be on here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do and a lot of people don't. But I appreciate you, man.
Man, most definitely.
So y'all stay tuned. Peace.
All right.
Turn left.
What's going on, All for the Doe? This is the All for the Doe show. Today's topic is haters. Why do people hate? Why would you want to hate on somebody that's trying to do good? And in the back of the ride, we have Tashira. She gonna let y'all know what she think about haters. So what's your input on haters?
Well, I can say this. It's several different ways I can go about this topic, but I'm going to tell you this. I think it's jealousy. I think most people who are haters, who talk down about people that's doing something, is because they don't have no fulfillment in their lives. And they may be jealous of what you're doing. You may be doing something they either want to do, or you be in a position that they want to be in. You see, and that can make them jealous of you, or envious of you too. It can be from a jealous or envious state. It just depends on the perspective that they're looking through the lens from, I should say.
So is it any way to knock off haters, spray haters off, or it's just something that a person that's doing good should take that as a compliment?
I mean, you should always take it as a compliment when somebody talks about you, when somebody has something to say about you, especially something you're doing that's in a positive light, because that should show you that, hey, I'm doing something that's worth mentioning, worth talking about, worth having something to say about, because people just don't say nothing for no reason all the time. They're not going to keep bringing you back up. They might bring you back up once, maybe twice, but not more than that if you're not irrelevant.
Okay. So in your life, have you ever hated on somebody yourself?
No, because I just don't live in that space. I don't live in a space where I'm envious of anybody, or I look at other people, I say the porch or like the grass. Mm-hmm. I'm not one of the people that looks at other people's grass and want their grass. I'm always looked at it from a lens of
hold on. That's a good one. I don't look at other people's grass and like, man, I wish I had that grass. That's a good one. Sorry, go ahead.
I just always looked at it from a lens of what's for me is for me, and what's my timing. When it's my timing, it's my timing. And I think everything is a season and a change. So that's just me, my perspectives of everything.
That's good. So basically, because what I usually call a hater, to me, I call a hater an underachiever. Which means, to me, I feel if I'm on a level that you can't get to, and so you mad at me because you can't reach that level, then I usually call them underachievers because you're not achieving the goals that I'm accomplishing.
Yeah, but sometimes you need to look at it from I love that perspective, but sometimes you also need to look at it as this. They don't look at it as this is not your season for that. If it was your season for it, you would have it.
Okay. So it's just part of waiting your turn or trying to elevate your knowledge or
your knowledge or your gifts until it's your season to use them. Because everybody has gifts. It's just every season ain't for every gift you have. I don't feel like.
Okay.
Like, it's people out there that's good speakers, but they might not be a time to use that.
So do you think it was hating when Martin Luther King was around? Do you feel he had haters?
Yeah, I do. I do feel like he had people that felt like skip him, don't talk to him, don't go to his marches, don't be seen with him, don't take no pictures. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it was probably other preachers that was probably like a little jealous, not because of who he was, because of what he possessed and how he could articulate his words and bring people together and make a movement. I think they didn't like that aspect of it. Like, why is it that they listening to him? What make him so special? What make his word so much better than mine?
Damn, that sounds like that's a hater for real right
You know
there.
what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what they don't realize by doing that, you're a part of the non-change. You're a part of the people that are not changing, are not helping the change exist.
Okay.
When you look at any situation from the lens of why they got that, why they get that, why right now, why I put in more work than them. I put in, yeah, you might have put in 50 more hours than they did, but it's their season for it. When it's their season for it, it's their season for it. There's nothing you can do to change that.
Now, would this be considered being a hater if you and somebody else started together, but you found out that he was his family member, cousin, or brother worked in the head office and he got the job in the head office before you, and you be like, man, that's some bullshit because I'm qualified better than him. So would that be considered hating, or would that be like that's just something that?
I mean, I kind of think of it as more envious, but what people need, yeah, that is a form of hating. I do agree with that, but it's not from the being it's more from the jealous perspective.
Okay.
You know, they're jealous of what you got before them. No, I wouldn't even say jealous. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna say envious. It's more envious of your position because they feel like they put more man hours in this job. They don't want put their neck on the line for you. So now you doing better than them in a position. But what they don't understand is that position was never made for them. It was never gonna be theirs in the first place because it just wasn't. Sometimes stuff is set in the cards for you, and sometimes it ain't. And you need to really evaluate in yourself, why didn't you elevate to that in that company? Why that didn't work out for you?
Yeah.
And nobody ever takes time to do the research in themselves to figure out what's it about me that didn't work for that.
Okay. So another question I want to ask is, so a lot of people say if you ain't got enough haters, then you're not doing something right. How do you feel about it? What's your philosophy on that? Is they say if you only got 10 haters today, next week you should make sure you got 30 haters.
I mean, I've never been a person that really cared about what people had to say. I'm always been one of them beat from her own drum type of person. So it could be 50 people hating on me. If you're not close, you're not in my inner circle, it really doesn't matter to me. I really don't see you.
Okay.
And that's just me. I feel like when you pay attention to the noise, you're gonna fumble yourself because the noise is gonna start being too much for you.
Okay. All right.
Eventually. And then you're gonna fumble whatever you got going on because you're gonna let the noise have more of an opinion than you do. And I'm not one of them people that's gonna do that. I'm never gonna let the noise dictate what I got going on, how it happens for me, how I feel, how I wake up, none of that.
So do you think in your lifetime, have you been a little hater at least one time?
I've never been a hater. See, I don't know. I just don't know if it's not in me. I don't think it's in me. I just always been that type of person that has been nice to people, helped people out, did stuff for people. If I hear you say something, I'm that person that by the next 3 days or the next day, I'm gonna have 50,000 pages that I can send you about what to do, the licenses. That's just how I work.
Okay.
I don't know. For me, I don't think I have it in me. I don't think it's something that everybody has in them. I think some people are taught that, and some people just are a person that don't want to do better for themselves, so they'll just hate on you because
So want
they
to
don't
knock somebody else down that's doing
yeah,
good.
because and then you got people that live in this perspective too, and this is a hater too, a different way to be a hater.
What?
Oh, I'm not gonna put effort in my life, so I'm gonna bring you down because I don't want to do all the work you put into your life.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna talk junk about you.
Okay. Yeah, that sums it up. I think that's real good. Because I feel like this, instead of being a hater or a super hater, if you see somebody over there that's doing good and there's something that they have that you want, why not go over there and ask that brother, sister, white, black, Mexican, Puerto Rican, whoever it is, hey, how you do that? Can you teach me how to move like that? How I can get that?
Ooh, the gatekeepers is a good episode because that is the worst in our community. Gatekeepers. People who have the knowledge but always want to make it so expensive for you to have it.
Yeah.
Like, I get you can't tell them every single thing. I get that if you don't want to tell
But why can't you?
If you don't want to tell a person every single which way, that's fine. But at least give them some type of gems. Like, come on, somebody gave them to you.
You can tell them the whole thing. I mean, that's just like if I came up with $1 million
No, you can't tell everybody everything because McDonald's. You need to watch the documentary on McDonald's because that'll show you. Sometimes you got to keep it just to the vest because McDonald's is the prime example how that dude whole company got stolen. His name is McDonald's. His name is something like McDonald's.
Yeah.
And that dude stole his whole company, and the government allowed him to do it. He took him to court and everything.
Well, the only thing good about McDonald's is the fries. All the rest of the food is bullshit.
At the beginning, it was better. You know, at the beginning, everything be better.
Yeah.
And then they keep tweaking it to make more money, to make more money. They get more greedy. And that's what's happening to the dude, whoever his ancestors is who own McDonald's.
Yeah.
You can tell they is really not caring about what they put in that food.
Yeah, because it ain't what it used to be.
And the
fries
product
is
value
good.
didn't went down, and what they used to have on their menu didn't went down too.
Yeah, I mean all their burgers and stuff stays the same. They trying to come up with all this other crap.
They used to have better burgers.
But if it wasn't for the breakfast, McDonald's would have been out of business. The fries and breakfast.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. McDonald's used to have chicken sandwiches. They used to have grilled chicken sandwiches, fried chicken. They used to have different chicken sandwiches and different little sauces and different stuff. And it was good and it was selling. They just one day just said, "Oh, we're gonna take all that good stuff that was selling off the menu and get some cheaper." And then people was like,
cheaper.
Well, we gonna go to Clover's. We'll drive a little further.
Yeah. So we almost to your destination. Is there somebody you want to say bye to, give a shout out to? You selling something? You got an Instagram? You selling CDs, DVDs, jackets, shirts, shoes, clothes, weed?
Well, I'm currently in the process of revamping my jewelry because I do make jewelry, but I'm in the process of revamping it and coming out with a relaunch.
Okay. Well, tell them how to hit you up.
You can hit me up on Facebook as Tashira Brown. That's my personal Facebook. But if you want to hit me up,
can you spell that for me?
Tashira is TASHYRA. Last name Brown, spelled just like the color. But if you want to hit me up on my business page, it's Designer Co by Tashira.
Want to spell that too?
DESINGER Designer.
Okay.
Co CO, no spaces, by BY Tashira TASHYRA.
There you go. I mean, I like for people to spell it out so somebody is trying to get it. And you know, certain people put like on AllForThaDoe. I don't have an E. I have a A.
Yeah.
So people be trying to put the in this, you know, the dough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm in the process of revamping my schedule for my lives too on my Facebook.
Oh, your live?
Business page, yeah.
Okay.
My lives
There
to
we go.
sell. So.
Y'all find that. Hit that up. Support Grand Rapids folks. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna say peace out?
Peace out, everyone. Oh, and another thing, check out for me because I got 2 books that I'm in the works on. So.
What's that?
Kid books.
Oh, what? You want to say it before
for
you
the
go?
Kids. Yeah, I'm coming out with 2 kids books. I'll let y'all know further notice about them, but they should be out before the end of the year or the beginning of next year.
And that's what it is. I ain't gonna say black people. I'm gonna say Grand Rapids people doing things. Peace.